morning, everyone. Welcome to our Heavenly Parent, Holy Community Oceania Morning Hundokwe. Today we have Reverend Stone representing on this Saturday, the 15th of August 2026, or the 3rd of July, 14 years of Shanikuk. Thank you all for coming. Let's begin by offering bow to our Heavenly Parent and two parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind. 하늘 부모님과 천지인 참부님께 경배해. 바로 Let's recite our family pledge together. 가정맹세 7. 천인국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. Our family, the owner of Shanincook, pledged through living for the sake of others to perfect the world based on culture of heart, which is the root in the original lineage, by centering on true love. Now I would like to offer in a prayer with the prayer title of Two Mothers' Prayer at the Palace of Congresses, Albania, on 27th October 2019. Heavenly Parent, we are thankful and truly grateful. Heavenly Parent, we know how much you have looked forward to this day. Today, 12,000 representative couples have been reborn through the blessings of your children. Thank you for your blessings and be with the 12,000 couples who have gathered here. When we look at the history of Albania, one of the countries in the Balkan region, we know that they have gone through troubled times. God, please watch over this country. Through your embrace, they can become a heavenly Albania that attend you, Heavenly Parent. Bless family that can open a new era were born today. At this time, through these children who received the blessings, we want to relinquish the sentiments of their ancestors who perished unjustly. I know that you will do your best in the spirit world and on earth to accomplish your providence. Thank you so much, Heavenly Parent. How long did you wait for this day to come? Now, through the blessed family, may Albania not be remembered as a Balkan nation with a miserable path, but instead they may stand as a heavenly Albania, one with God at the center of the world. Furthermore, thank you for granting them the grace and ability to expand your providence. Please remember the government, the religion community, and the citizens of this country can now become citizens of Shoniguk as Heavenly Parent desired. Today, God is looking at the blessings and the citizens of this country with hope for the future. He is eager to see how they will move forward. Heavenly Parent, please be with Heavenly Albania as they embark on this path of chosen families. Heavenly Parent, please remember and bless them all. I pray and proclaim all this in the name of two parents. Adieu. Thank you. And before we welcome up Reverend Stone, I would like to share a prayer song. Let's listen together.
Our beloved true mother, with a heart of longing, we will offer this praise to you, our true mother.
So
beloved true mother, the first, second, and third generation will become one and be absolutely victorious. True mother, we love you. Thank you.
자료 존랩 바로.
Thank you, Jen. Yeah. Now let's just give a warm welcome to Reverend Stone. Reverend Stone, I think your mic is still mute. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So can you see my screen okay? I mean,
Yes.
yeah, okay, the speech, terrific. Okay. Yeah, so this is, as I was, this is part 4 of an amazing speech by Father, Total Indemnity, given at a time when he was under extreme persecution. In 1983, he was about to be put in prison, actually, and so there's a lot of beautiful guidance about how we should behave, how we should react, how we should understand the issue of persecution, which is, of course, happening with True Mother and our movement at the moment. So I thought this would be a great speech. So this is the last little section. Last Saturday, I took the time to just show the amazing video of Colonel Bowie Park. And Truth is My Sword. Some of you, I'm sure, will remember it. But what an incredible champion of faith in a time of persecution. This was the Donald Fraser senatorial inquiry into, the Korea and our movement specifically. So he just stood up, and as he said, it was unpopular to be a Moonie. It was unpopular to be an anti-communist. It was unpopular to be a Korean in America at that time. But he said, I'm a proud Moonie. I'm a proud Korean. I'm a proud anti-communist. And he really attacked Donald Fraser, and really amazingly. Anyway, I thought it's good to see such a filial disciple of true parents, and how he reacted during a time of extreme persecution in America. Anyway, this is the last little section of it, so I'll just continue on with that. Let's see. I just got to see how I change the slide now. It's not changing. Wait a sec. Okay, got it. All right. So this speech is called God's Will, From God's Will in the World, Chapter 35, Total Indemnity, April the 3rd, 1983, Part 4. Full Indemnity and Home Church. In my life, I accomplished full indemnity and established a victorious foundation. On this basis, I announced the beginning of home church activities. This is the best of all possible good news for mankind. From home church, the heavenly kingdom on earth, the liberation of God, the ideal nation, and all ideals will be realized. We inherit home church as our daily life. God has given you such a precious thing, but you are reluctant to go to your home church areas. There are even people who have no areas. Unless you have your home church area, which is your own Cain type tribe, you can never restore your Abel type tribe. Before you can restore your Abel type family, you have to restore Cain first. No one has ever understood this point so far. It is important to love your enemy. Why did God make efforts to teach us that loving our enemy is important? Satan says to God, in order for you to be God, you must always maintain the standard of ideal eternal love. God replies, yes, that's true. Then Satan says, God, when you made me, the archangel, did you do so just in order to love me temporarily or to love me forever? And God says, forever. If God loved only temporarily, then he would be like Satan. By the same token, if one has no standard of loving forever, he cannot show God's dignity to Satan. In order for God to be God, he must love Satan no matter how much Satan is opposed to him. Satan says, I fell and became evil, but you who are good can never change, and you can never do the things that I do. I enjoy attacking and fighting, but you hate fighting. You must be silent even if you are beaten. However, God cannot forcibly resist Satan's aggression. Why? God cannot crush Satan just like that. He must love him unchangingly so that Satan will finally come to say, oh, indeed you are God. I surrender to you. No matter how much suffering you may have to experience, you have to love the archangel until the ideal of heaven is completely established in this world. God's hands are tied by that demand. As you go on your way to the heavenly kingdom, Satan will test you. Just as God must love Satan and let Satan surrender to him in that way, so God's children must love the archangel if they want to go to the heavenly kingdom. How much love would that take? Even though you are persecuted by all of this world, which is the realm of the enemy, you must love the evildoer with your whole heart. That is the condition you have to fulfill. God is most concerned about that condition. So those people who are striving to be God's children should also be most concerned about it. This standard of love, of loving, might appear simple, but it is the very boundary line between God and Satan. No one has fully understood this before. In order to go beyond this boundary, God cannot even regard his enemy as an enemy. He must not take revenge. The conclusion for us is to love our enemy. When Jesus prayed for those people who were killing him, it was the greatest victory. If he had hated his enemies when he was about to die, then the providence of God would not have been successful. But as Jesus overcame his difficulties through love, Satan began surrendering, and Jesus obtained the qualification of God's perfected child. You have to come to the point where you are able to say, Satan, don't you agree that I am a child of God? And have Satan concede, yes, that's true. You must be able to say confidently, I'm following God's direction, expanding his sphere of love from the individual level through the fam, clan, and nation to the worldwide level. We have no objection to that. Right, Satan? And Satan must say, I have to agree with you because it's the principle. This is the way that God has proceeded with his dispensation, centering upon Christianity. It has been the path of sacrifice and martyrdom, and through its bloody history, Christianity has been a movement to expand God's love to the family level, societal level, national level all the way to the worldwide level. And through the standard of Christian love, which loves the enemy nations can be conquered. Cain is won over. By following this way, the unification movement has spread worldwide. So it's hard to find a more clear and a beautiful explanation of why we have to love our enemy than this one. And it's in such detail. Jesus said it, and of course it's the Christian ethic, but I don't think he ever explained it too clearly, right? But Father explains the principal reason why it has to be done. And also it explains why Christianity is has been and the spearhead of restoring this world, because a religion that does not have this principle cannot succeed, as Father explained here. And that's why Christianity is such a very special place in God's dispensation. Love and the Japanese people. From a secular point of view, Japanese people ought to be my enemies. They subjugated Korea and did many evil things to the Korean people, killing thousands from 1905 to 1945. Nevertheless, I love the Japanese people. When Japan surrendered in World War II, I loved my defeated enemies. This is the reason young Japanese members are now following me at the risk of their lives. It is in accordance with the principle of cause and effect. It is because I established the foundation of heart by loving the enemy nation, Japan, with God's heart beyond nationalism. Japanese policemen who beat me nearly to death would have been executed later if I had implicated them. But I forgave them and sent them off to Japan with their luggage. Moreover, it is a great thing that Japanese members are now shedding tears, sweat, and blood to save the United States, once Japan's enemy. In this way, Satan is being forced to relinquish his territory on the worldwide level. Young Japanese members are now working hard at the risk of their lives for the United States, the enemy country of just 37 years ago, in order to save it and unite it with heaven. This is a wonderful event, something never seen before in history. So as we feel a lot of anger, I guess, and, different things we feel about mother's imprisonment and what's happened in Japan, this is something we have to remember, because without maintaining love for what's happening, in a sense, for the people who are perpetrating this, we cannot bring victory, and we cannot ultimately bring God's kingdom. Very clear. For what purpose are the Japanese members doing this? They are working not for the United States alone, but for the world. Thus, American people should not live in accordance with selfish traditions. I clearly told an American Unification Church leader recently that all American members have their own traditional way of thinking. With such an attitude, you cannot accomplish world-scale activity. Instead, you should sacrifice yourselves with the object of saving the world. You should realize that you can establish the worldwide tradition of love only when you have overcome your self-centered desires. You should work harder than the Japanese members, your former enemies. It is to your shame that your ex-enemies are serving you more. You should not be defeated in love by the Japanese. The European members, especially Germans, who are blessed with American members, should all come to the United States, because America is the gateway to the world. The United States is not a nation for itself. It represents the democratic world. Therefore, I am now mobilizing members all around the world for the sake of the United States, in order to make this country the center of the new God-centered culture and the center of the unification movement in the future. Even if Japan became a spiritual desert, you could survive if the United States lives. Therefore, you should devote yourselves to spiritually developing the United States. I have brought here some Korean traditions based on purity and morality in order to save this country. I have been doing this in accordance with the principle, developing the unification movement thereby. The Eve nation, Japan, should be united with the Adam nation, South Korea, after teaching the Cain and Abel nations the traditions of heaven. In other words, you must teach the Germans and Americans respectively. This is in accordance with the principle. If you fail, you cannot unite with heaven. The Soviet Union and China have their eyes fixed on the Eve nation. From this point of view, the defense of Korea is a critical problem for the defense of Japan. This is the conclusion from the providential point of view. In order to unite Korea and Japan, both physically and artistically, one idea is to construct an undersea tunnel between them. We have now entered an extraordinarily important period. What I am now working on is the ultimate historical task, the terminal point of history. I am now gathering and uniting the four major providential nations, offering their unity to God as an enormous indemnity condition for restoring the world. When such a unity is realized, the kingdom of heaven will start. So this is the beginning and at the same time the end of God's providence. If we continue such a movement towards unity for the next 3 years, no one will oppose our work. In South America, people are already saying, "Welcome, Reverend Moon." It is the same in Africa and Asia, as well as in the Japanese and Chinese communities in the United States. If such minorities are completely united, the majority will become the minority. Then, with the resentment, their resentment of many years against white Americans must be used not for revenge, but should be transformed into love to save the enemy. That is the attitude based on God's love. If you work with such an attitude, you can establish the complete indemnity condition. Establishing the complete indemnity condition means complete restoration. Then, where does complete restoration lead? It leads to complete perfection. Four providential nations. If we can restore the four major providential nations, we can offer to God the fundamental elements that have been Satan's. These four providential nations bring together all of these fundamental elements. What does Korea have? Spirit and the jewel of thought. Japan has beauty. The United States has power. And Germany has technique and expertise. These four nations together have all the things which can bring unity throughout the world. Starting with the individual level, going through the family, clan, society, and national levels, we have now come to the level of making world-level indemnity conditions. Four major nations, which were once enemies, are now becoming united, centering on the heavenly tradition. Accordingly, the kingdom of heaven on earth is not far away. It's very near. Realizing this, we should pull out all the stops, working gratefully, even at the risk of our lives. Therefore, you members who are going back to Japan should try to work 3 times harder than American members. Even if you drop on the streets like a toppled tree, you shouldn't complain. You should try to work with such a tireless spirit of urgency that these 3 years, even with just 1 meal a day, this is a turning point of history. I am asking you to feverishly witness throughout the country for 3 years. To bolster the witnessing, I am thinking of using radio broadcasting. If we also use satellite technology, we could witness to the majority of humankind in a week. 3 years are not really necessary to accomplish the mission of unification movement. We have to erect a movement so strong that world communism cannot ignore it. This is not just a story, it's an actual fact. If we can build such a movement, you can mobilize and liberate 70 generations or even 120 generations of your ancestors. People in the spirit world are eager to help the earth. If you mobilize your ancestors, you can attract 70 disciples and then 120 disciples centering on your clan. This is a momentous event. The reason you join the unification movement is not that you have such great personal merit or strong faith. You could join because of your ancestors. The thousands of generations of your ancestors sacrifice, service, and goodness for the sake of God. Therefore, what will become of you if you do not follow me and work for the nation and the world? Your ancestors will be angry and accuse you of being irresponsible when you go to the spirit world. You will have no place to go. But if you accomplish your mission and then go to the spiritual world, you'll be welcomed and served by your ancestors. Remember that you came here not based on your own greatness. You've been mobilized by the spirit realm. I came here in order to accomplish a historic task, and God prepared the environment for me. It is in accordance with the principle of creation that the environment is prepared. Everything in the world must go through a period of growth. Accordingly, Spirit World mobilized you when I came. Therefore, you should not lead an easy life. You should discard your habitual ways of thinking, and you should set your mind on goodness. Work with all your heart, remembering a standard of spirit which you received from me today. You should work from now in a different way than you used to. For example, you should make your wife work on the front line, and you should dedicate your children to this cause as well. Indeed, you cannot love your children without first loving all other people. Otherwise, Satan can accuse you. You should strive to receive a certificate from Satan declaring that you love all the people under his dominion. Then you are qualified to go back to your home and freely love your children, your family, your clan, and your nation. This is the principle that I myself have been living. I have not focused on caring for my children. I have not personally educated my children, even while living at East Garden. After all, who educated Adam? The archangel did. God, the father of Adam and Eve, did not directly educate them. Therefore, who should educate my children? 36 couples who stand in the position of the archangel. Such a principled way of education has not been established in the Unification Church. If there are members among 36 couples who complain about my children, it is indeed a problem. I must resolve such complaints. You must love Cain on the family level. Then you can love Cain on the individual level. You must first need to love Cain on the societal level and on the national level. This is the principle of restoration. Therefore, individual happiness should be sacrificed for the sake of the nation's happiness. Nations should be sacrificed for the sake of the world. I have sacrificed all things for the sake of restoring the world. To this end, I have been devoting myself and the substance of the unification movement to building up the United States. After you have made the indemnity condition of love and sacrifice on the worldwide level, then you can return home and give your children greater love than you gave to Cain. The heavenly Abel family and the Cain family must be united in love on the horizontal level. You should love the Japanese people and my children. And after both the Japanese people and my children commend you, you can love your own children. This is the principle. If my children went through painful times due to neglect by the 36 couples, I didn't complain. It was an indemnity condition. I cannot discard the 36 couples. With the hope that they will come to attend my family in the proper way, I've always embraced them with love. You should not be critical of them, for Satan tries to attack in that way. If you can surpass the national level of heart and exhibit the love which Satan must surrender to, then everything will be completed. I have asked a famous scholar of the US Constitution to make a draft of a constitution for the heavenly kingdom. Such a time is now at hand. Because we are so close to the realization of God's providence, you should understand how important and precious your position is. This is the moment you should correct your way of life. In our lives, from now on, we must not repeat the failures of the past, but should press forward successfully to fulfill God's will. That is my hope. Let us pray, raising our hearts to heaven. And Father prayed to conclude the speech. Beloved, precious Father in heaven, throughout eons of history, you have established many religions in order to liberate your grieving heart. By sacrificing many faithful central figures, you have been proceeding towards the ultimate victory of your love. When I contemplate this history and how much indemnity was paid and how many people suffered, I feel very sorry for heaven. You have prepared things so that we can welcome the new era. Let this unification movement flourish on the earth. You made it possible, Heavenly Father, for Reverend Moon to come on the earth and disclose to us today these crucial words. Let us understand this message. We are grateful to you and for this great world, and we show it by raising both our hands. We have pledged, and we pledge again, to march forward at the risk of our lives on the battlefield for the sake of your will. We sincerely thank you, Father, to receive this, our resolve with joy. Here, representatives of many nations have gathered beyond their own nationalities. Please guide and govern those here. You made us unite centering upon heavenly love, and you have melted together natural enemies and have been developing the sphere of love. Now we understand all these things. So we have pledged to you not to take any action which opposes the tradition of your will, no matter what circumstances we're put in. We are grateful for the fact that we could pledge this. And please continue to encourage us so that we can become people who press on despite any persecution. We pledged to go forward effectively using our time remaining until we usher in the ideal world of your will. I sincerely ask you to guide us in the direction of your will so that we can follow it unerringly. I sincerely ask this and offer this prayer in the name of the true parents. Amen. So thank you everyone for your kind attention.
Thank you so much, Livingstone, for today's message. Yes, and now I would like to share one more prayer song. So let's just all listen together.
사랑하는 어머님, 저희는
Beloved True Mother, with all of our hearts,
이 찬양
let us offer
올려드립시다.
with this praise.
부디
Please
기쁘게
accept it
받아주시옵소서.
with joy.
I stand upon the hillside where once you made your home. The sun shines softly through the clouds today on the bright earth for the snow. Oh, morning, take down me of your sorrows, of your pain, of your tears. Oh, morning, as the gentle breeze revives me,
this time, my brothers and sisters, I believe if we unite as one heart and one purpose, let's go together sing this beautiful song for our true mother. 어머님,
어머님, His branches and follow. Amid rocks, grace with snow. I know that spring is coming, and before you I will go. 어머니, 어머니, I have heard your call. 어머니, I will be your answer. 어머니, 어머니, I am coming now. You will not be alone.
다 같이 어머니.
어머니, 어머니, I have heard your call. 어머니, I am your answer. 어머니, 어머니, I am with you now. You will not be alone. You will never be alone.
어머니, 감사합니다. 사랑합니다. 차렷, 경례, 바로.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, thank you again, Lorenzo, for the message today. And yes, I believe that yes, today's message was especially meaningful and needed for us during this difficult time in our movement. And yes, it's remind us again of the kind of attitude that we need to have. And also once again, that love is what can truly overcome everything. Yes, think we have some time. If anyone want to share their thought or reflections on the message today, yes, you can turn on your mic and yeah. Yes, if no, I will continue our okay. So next will be yes, 7 minutes unison prayer. So with the message in mind, let us all offer the prayer together. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much, everyone. This is the end of our K today. And yes, thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful morning and see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.